Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Don't really know where to start today. It's been a heck of a week and it's only Thursday. Okay. I am downloading a video I'm going to make for messages that are coming in for the end of October. It's looking like some pretty big energy coming in. So we have Samhain, the eclipse, and Mars going retrograde in Gemini, all within 5 or 6 days of one another. And before I can get to that video, I'm guided to make this video because I sense one is going to trigger the other, and we're already, it would appear we are already in the energy, pre-eclipse, pre-Samhain. It's bridge energy. I've made a few notes, which I'll read through, and then we'll go to the cards. I'm still downloading, so I might be a bit, there might be a lot of so in this, so bear with me. Okay. Today or tomorrow, forgive me, I haven't put the date in, so we're off to a flying start. The sun goes into Libra. Libra is the 7th house of relationship. And if you think about Libra in terms of the chakras, then you're going from the internal bridge to the external bridge. All right. So the only way for what we manifest to leave the body is through the voice. Libra is that 7 energy. That's interesting. And the 6 houses that precede Libra are personal. They are the personal work, the internal changes that we make. 7 is where we come down off the mountain and walk back into the village. It's where we bring everything that we've done in the internal processing from Aries to now, and we birth it into the world. Okay, I'm going to go to my notes. So Libra is the 7th house of relationships and forms the bridge from the internal, what I've learned and what behavior I've changed, into what I'm now ready to build in the world. This is presenting new challenges as our burgeoning light becomes visible against the dying light of the old. Libra invites us to cross that dimensional bridge between the inner and the outer, out of our cave and into the world once more, but beware, because under the bridge there be trolls. And that's what I want to speak to you about. As we birth this new light, others might feel some kind of way about that. And this week I have witnessed 3 birthing mystics get attacked by troll energy, an energy that cannot abide the light in others, and each attack was needlessly vicious. And the words righteous indignation come to mind at the same time as a Plato allegory came to mind. I'm going to pop a link in the description box. There's a great little video. It's Plato's allegory of the cave. And with Plato came a big, uneasy question. Yeah. So indignation is a complex and discrete emotion. The feeling of indignation can occur in the injustice of being mistreated or abused by another, or when a situation is out of the normal realm of society. So we're talking about difference. And difference attracts venom. And here's the question. Has the overuse of compassion put out the fires of righteous indignation. Has compassion for the self and for others simply become a day pass to seek and understand toxic behavior without levying consequence? All behavior has consequence, and there's a healthy question here about what we make excuses for under the banner of compassion. Right, you with me so far? And then I'm guided to go to this. And I open the book randomly, as I do. Yeah, that's a great question. Right, I just want to report. So in my body, I'm raising Kundalini. And so as I feel into this righteous indignation, it feels like an inner growl. And I'm being asked the question, is that something the collective might not readily walk into, might either avoid or quell with that passive compassion rather than active war? You know, Mars going retro in Gemini. It's changing the conversation between Castor and Pollux. That is, and that might pull up some repressed anger in us. It might pull, if you've done your anger work, it might be pulling up now raw Kundalini. And what are you going to do with that? What is your masculine going to do with that? 2 sentences. Sentence number 7. You can be sure of succeeding in your attacks if you only attack places which are undefended. That's a sentence for the trolls. Because everything is a symbiotic relationship. For kings to exist, peasants must exist to enter into that contract of servitude and ruling. For an attacker to exist, a victim must also exist, or something that feels like victim energy. Is your flank guarded? It would be that question. And so we're reaching into the alchemical value of trolls, troll energy. Next sentence. You can ensure the safety of your defense if you only hold positions that cannot be attacked. Right? The mind makes everything real, even pain. That's science. 1144. Right. Wow. Thank you. If it feels like an attack, it will feel like an attack. I'm sorry, that was banal. If it feels like an attack, it will feel like an attack. If it feels like anything else, work with it and go into an alchemy process. There's more magic on the table. I just got distracted there. Squirrel. So after I'd done this kind of righteous indignation and asked myself the truly uncomfortable question about compassion, because compassion and understanding is a firmly held belief of mine. But there is a healthy question of actually, is that putting fire out? And I was having this thought literally while between client sessions this week, and I'm guided to turn around where I see there is a deck of cards there, which I lazily haven't put away. And I just cut the deck and 3 cards came out. I'm like, okay, I have to bring this. Oh, actually, that would be a good deck to use, wouldn't it? So the deck that I haven't put away is the archetype deck. And I just cut it. And these 3 cards came out. Those that cannot feed themselves will feed on others, whether it be through physical resource or energy light resource. Now that says it all for me. Big picture, we're resurrecting the child, resurrecting that powerful innocence, that the creatrix, okay? Innocence, purity, powerful ways to create in the world. Innocence is preyed upon. Purity is reviled, can be Can be, can be, can be. All right. I'm not speaking unilaterally here. And I never really speak into this energy. Why? Because I'm an understanding via compassion person. But what if I go into this energy? Yeah, I'm using it. It's pulling Kundalini up. I feel some kind of, not angry, not anxious, but active. Active. So, yeah. So there is this preemptive vampiric energy in the field, anticipating the breaking open of the cosmic egg. We are birthing. We are on the bridge, downloading our expansion pack, which we've been working through for 6 months. We're walking into an eclipse that's going to happen in Scorpio. Okay. The 8th house of shared resource, entanglement, karma, the occult, all that beautiful, heavy, dark magic that can get twisted. And do you remember when Lilith came into the last reading? I filtered, and what I should have said was what came in immediately with Lilith was, watch out for castrating mother energy. So there's a health check for me in this about how sharp I speak. Am I dulling my edges? And I'll take it. It's a great, great challenge. Watch out for castrating mother energy. And this is the energy that has come through to have an effect on these 3 burgeoning mystics that I know. Right. That's the introduction. And a small confession. 2 weeks ago, I was given this sentence, which I've written on a piece of paper, and it's been sitting on my desk for 2 weeks, and I just keep forgetting. So let's imagine this is the perfect time. And a new sentence to weave into our narrative. Can we please replace I have to with I choose to? It's just a little shift. Because as we birth light, if there is any kind of victim within us, imposter energy within us, something that's demobilized within us that feels it has to, we can give that part of us a sword by changing the word to I choose to. What? And there's the wake-up call. All right, so I've given you that. That's done. And then I start going through my cards, and I don't know what cards to draw today. And so I have plucked just one card from 3 different decks. It's really interesting. I think this is called the light activation deck. Look. Alchemy. All right. First rule of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed, which begs a massive question of the universe has a finite amount of energy? Question mark. Okay. Energy can only be changed. And so, if your flank is guarded and you are unassailable, right? You've got hold of your sword, you can come at me, and you can come at me with your poison pen. Keep coming at me. Because what I'm going to do you remember recently I said, sometimes you have to ingest just a little poison to become resilient to the world that we live in, to the darkness, well, to the unhealed trauma of the world that we live in. And so if we move to alchemy, so we're moving this energy in. So we're ingesting a little of the poison that may come at us as we birth, light, and glow up. Take poison, and we let it find its counterpart within us, because metaphysically it has come to us to meet its counterpart. Okay. That's a video for another day. And so we ingest it fearlessly, courageously, and let it find its spots. It may go to the belly, solar plexus, whichever part where the wound is. And then you move to breath, and you pull it, and you pull the kundalini up, and you blast the fucker with fire or light, whichever element you work with. You just blast it and change it, not because you're being vengeful and you want to counter inflict harm upon that which has affected you. Oh, thank you. All right. That's why I was sent the Plato video. Watch the Plato video, because it talks about noble ways to inspire others. Do you remember the other day I was talking to Aries? And I asked, is there any other way to lead? Can we lead from behind and shepherd others into their breakthrough just by being respectful and noble and powerful around them, and watch them break through? See the gift in that, and then go, off you pop, go and birth your light, go and play. And so here I've got guru energy comes in, and oh god, there's a lot of fucking words here. There's a lot of words, a lot of ego here. Wow, and it's strangling my throat. Okay, so I'm going to work with it and let's alchemize it. A lot of ego here about the guru, about their mission is to wound and to trigger and make people see their trauma, but what they never see is the paradox of that. And again, when we say projecting sentences to make them, you, they, wherever you hear yourself say that, re-say that sentence in the first person to make me see my trauma. And so at the moment we have people cycloning around a repetitive, addictive trauma pattern that's going around. And until they begin to own, apply consequence and responsibility to their wounding, even though it probably hasn't come from their generation, just trust that they're here to incarnate the sins of the fathers, the wounds of the parents and the ancestors. Why? Because they're going to be given access to masses of power in this lifetime, masses of light coming onto the planet. Harness it, use it to heal, use it to heal. So when we move to our chemical process, we ingest. No need to fight back. My flank is protected with my courage and my guides. And if the belief is my flank is protected, then I'm going to use this as Kung Fu. I'm going to use your energy, enemy. What can I do with that? Well, I can change it and I can use it. All right. So there's the gift. Thank you, enemy. Okay. Bear with me. All right. I'm going to read these words to you. Not for much longer, though, unless I get my glasses changed. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracle of transmutation. Everybody's got that. Oh. I've just been given a beautiful image. If mummy or daddy are sad, and the little one just goes up to the parent and goes, I smatter. Transmutation. Difficult to stay sad and grumpy in that, isn't it? I smatter. And the Lantern Oracle, which I probably should leave out actually. It's nicely, I don't know, there's a beautiful darkness to the Lantern Oracle. I really like it. And he's at 20 energy, again at 2011-2 is goddess energy. Enough. You can use that both ways. enough now. Oi, enough now. Okay, let's reverse it. I'm really going to be challenging. Let's reverse that troll energy. And who was it that said, when you feel jealous, follow that jealousy, because it's your inspiration going, go there. People are going to be breaking through. The last 3 months of this year, all bets are off. It's a fantastic and explosive and anything can happen energy. So I'm really looking forward to that trifecta that I'm going to do when it comes. So if we turn the troll back in and we look within, and in the light of someone else's, wow, was I, wow, off you pop, go and explore? Or was I, oh, that's great. All right, enough, because, child of the divine, you were enough. You were probably too much for this world when you were born. You're more than enough. Put that at your flank. As the masculine gathering power. Yeah, baby. I wonder if this will change the conversation between the masculine and the feminine archetype then. I might do a reading. A bit short of time at the moment then. Yeah. Yeah, that screams. It's kind of the power of tenderness. It's power and tenderness. What else? What else? What's my next question? What's our next question? Or have we covered it? Okay, right. I'm being asked to speak to you about lack of context. All right. So as we've been doing all of this work, I mean, really, if you go back since the birth of COVID, and it might go back further for some of you. I know my current phase of my journey has been going on for more than a decade. And as we rewire parental programming, societal programming, religious programming, sexual programming, sovereignty programming, as we rewire all that and separate and pull out of that matrix and pull out and pull out and pull out so that we can access our higher dimensional self, it's going to leave a few gaps in what you perceive of as reality. In those gaps, there will be a lack of context. And so the subconscious will go to the gap and not be able to name it, which might, I don't know what that is. And the world wants me to know everything. The world wants me to have all the answers, and all the answers have got to be right. Why don't you know? Okay. Wow. Right. Well, these are glaring at me, and I don't know what my question is. So, answer me. I think they want to dance me. What's coming through immediately with this card is this card, this energy is going to trigger some people into anger because they didn't open the heart to let it in, and they might feel like it's too late. And to those people, it's never too late because time doesn't exist. Key code. We're never going back. Oh, wow. Ask yourself this. Who am I without my wounding? Who am I without my trauma? Who am I without my burdens? This is going to be freedom on a scale we can't even conceive of. And so in this recharging energy, again, I guide you, be super soft and gentle. There's no rush here. There's no rush. Got to do the rebalancing before we can reaccess true passion. Pull that kundalini up and create from it, because we're coming from within to without. So we need to dress accordingly, don't we? We need the right shoes. We might need a scarf if we're in the Northern Hemisphere. Coat, think, prepare before you leave the cave, right? Oh, wow. Oh, bear with me. Holy shitballs. Spinning my energy out. I drink my tea while I show you the card. Yeah. Healing and initiation in a really big way. For different tribes, it looks like. These are different energies. Let me hold them up again. 1, 2, 3. So why nobody's sleeping? Because it's just all downloads at the moment. Downloads and initiation. Yeah. Oh, wow. That is going to be a challenge, isn't it? Okay. So if I go back to the Thoth energy, this teacher awakening is going to be beautifully challenging. So the energies that are coming in are just going to keep flicking the DNA to wake up. And it's going to be waking up the parts of the DNA that the DNA is the modem or the Akashic record. So the parts that we've kept hidden are emerging, have been emerging for some time. This is the burgeoning light coming out, the birthing mystic. And the challenge in this is whether we speak through what's coming in. So again, that's a Libra alignment, isn't it? On that polarity of I know it, but do I speak it? It's opening that throat up. And a lovely sentence I heard myself say last week, and it's a shift from burning the ego to dust to humbling the ego, because a teacher in shadow is that guru. It's the guru that will not dissolve back into the nine, to go back into the void and then come out as a bolt of light. Won't let go. Thinks it is limited, actually becomes limited by what it knows. And, you know, every 30 years, roughly, since we're born, we have a Saturn return. And that's like a massive end and beginning of a cycle. So there's got to be a big letting go. There's got to be a big commitment to that. And so if we're birthing teacher awakening on the planet, what are we downloading, and how much of that is in alignment with what this is saying? And where is the nobility in that? Shambhala. That's such a lovely word. Shambhala. Trusting the process. So Dharma, so we're turning on the lantern of our own hermit, our hermit's lantern. Dharma is the lighted path. So we light our own path. And when you watch the Plato video, it talks about people projecting their reality. Wow. Into the psyche, which is the cave. I'm not going to, yeah. I had this weird conversation. My conversation is becoming so weird. I'm walking myself straight into a straitjacket. And I had this conversation the other day about having watched The Cave. The question was about a pregnant woman. So a woman gets pregnant. What if everybody around that woman is primed at the forming of an embryo, is primed never to mention the word baby, human, boy, girl. So that becomes absent in the field, which leaves a bigger space. What will that baby grow into? That's where I'm at with DNA. Self-selecting DNA. Beautiful. Are we going anywhere from here? Do we need another bus ticket? I think that's it. I think that's it. So, truth is awakening. DNA is switching on. It's going to have a physical effect. Okay. By the time something comes out in the physical, like I've had sniffles this week because there's been a lot going on. People turning up with colds. You know, by the time we see the cold, we've probably missed what's happened, spiritual and the mental and the emotional, blah, 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 or change, all that lovely 8 energy, and then a chew. Oh, I've got a cold. No, you haven't. You're just finishing off a big process. Bless your heart. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Underlying energy. It's weird. It's I can't. I have a Lemurian crystal. This year, I packed away all my crystals. I only keep a couple of out. And my Lemurian crystal has been calling to me and calling to me. So here's another tribe that are being activated. This is like a tribal activation. Embracing sensitivity. All right. Right. Thank you. Lovely reminder. I wanted to ask you guys, has anybody this year become hypersensitive to sound, vision, and touch? Because as we embrace this sensitivity, we become more sensitive, and I cannot tolerate many noises together. So let's say if I'm watching something, and if a battle ensues, or if people talk over each other, I have to mute. I just can't. It hurts. And super photosensitive. So is anybody else feeling that as well? Yeah. Will somebody do me a favor and just check the CMEs for coronal mass ejections for September? Because I've been hearing reports that they've been really big, and the Schumann resonance has been off the chart again. Okay. So massive upgrades, just lots of rest, lots of water. And we're going to finish with, where am I going? We're going to finish with cheeky abundance card. Three. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. That's lovely. All right. Trust in the transformation. Trust yourself. When you trust yourself above all else, the rest of the world will fall into place. It's never about, I don't trust them. It's always about, I don't trust me in that. So what's got you back? It keeps coming back to the same question. Wow, what was that? Pisces and 12-12. Pisces is 12th house. What's at the back? What is hidden at the back? Or what is guarding the back? 12 is the number of organization and governance, and there's an argument there for 13, but yada yada. Trust, build trust with courageous refusal to be small. Unless you choose to be small. And if you choose to be small, don't stand in victim with that. Own it. Be small. Detaching from this victim, detaching from this vampiric bullying energy that's in the field that thinks it's testing, thinks it's, serving and testing. But breaking out into the light's fucking exhausting. Enough. And so we are detaching, big picture, from a system of matrices that are done. They are done and becoming extinct. And we're moving to polarity, from duality. Is it this or is it that? To polarity. Can it be both and more? And the cognitive dissonance of I can be bad and good, and I defend my right to be bad and good. Wow. Trust, detachment, and non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to your inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. Honor yourself. Honor yourself. All right, my lovelies, that is it for this week. Let's see what comes. I wish you a weekend, insert words here, and leave you with my love. Welcome new subs. Thank you for being here. And guys, if at any time you have a, I don't know what the word is, a fascination or a question, just pop it in the comments. Or if there's a certain video that you want me to explore, or Chrissy, this constellation keeps going and it's driving me crazy, what is it? Then we can play with that and let's see if it's in the collective. Okay, I'm leaving you with that. I'm leaving you with my love, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care.